And to think people thought this band were a cult.
Chatting Tracks. Let's talk music.
Oh, yeah, it's Rob the Face Radio Burgess here from Chatting Tracks, and welcome to today's reaction video. I've got a good one for you today. I've got the Polyphonic Spree, and a really interesting band that have been around about 20 years now. They formed around 23 years, with Tim DeLauder, who's originally in Tripping Daisies, who had a fantastic track called I've Got a Girl. He put the band together. It's mainly a collective, so people could join and leave if they wanted to. It wasn't a set band. St. Vincent was a member for a while as well there. And people thought they were a cult because they used to wear the same tunics and things like that, but they weren't. It was just another way of selling their music, I guess. They're really, really cool. And I saw them about 10 years ago, and they did the entire Rocky Horror Picture Show film soundtrack from start to finish, recorded it on the night, and you could buy the CD. I've got it over there. I took some vinyls and I met Tim, and he signed some vinyls for me, and he's a really nice guy. They're really interesting live because there's so many of them. When you look at the stage, it's almost like there's more in the band than in the crowd. And once you get your head around that, it's quite fun. But they're a really cool band. Fragile Army, I think, is my favourite album of theirs. If you wanted to start somewhere, I would start there. They're influenced by Bowie. You can hear it all over the place. And they're such a good band. They're really interesting. Anyway, they've got a new album coming out, so let's check out the new single. I'm liking that. I like the ambient to it. I like the guitar sounds really, really lovely as well. It reminds me of, I think it's Air's 2000 Hertz album, a song called The Vagabond. And it sounds very similar to that. Not in a bad way, but in a sort of same like universe kind of sound. And that album's fantastic. But it sounds very familiar to that, which is great. I like that because it reminds me of something else.
In the sorrow of the times, evacuation causes light to breathe.
That's really nice, that. When I said to breathe, with just a little second vocal on there. Just to pump that up. That's really nice.
Resting thoughts provide the food we need.
I like the tone of this. Like, I can't sing. But just the way that sounds, it's really nice, really relaxed, really sort of, is it conversational singing? I like that.
Plow the fields, we've got some truth to seek. Swinging ladders on the ship, counting millions on the cliffs. Decide if calculations make the news exist.
I'm really loving the melody on that because you can, although they're changing the lyrics, you can follow the melody in your head from the first time you heard it. Yet again, can't sing. But I like the way it's working in that sense. That's really cool. I'm loving the ambient part. I like the fact they've got an ambient loop going on in the background, and it's just sort of droning on underneath, but in a really sort of, not a sort of, what's the word? Like a depressing tone. It's quite an uplifting one, like a heavenly tone, if you like.
Find the wind, stretch the linens quick.
Or Sergeant Pepper build. I like that. I heard the news today, oh boy. No, I like the way they're doing that orchestra build. That's really, really nice.
Hold on through the galloping seas.
There's a lovely organ in there, just holding the notes. It's very Pink Floyd at the minute. I like the fact it's Pink Floydy. It's got like holding organs. It's got like that raising sound just now. The vocal's really close to you and sounds very conversational. It's very Pink Floyd, and in a really good way. I'm not saying they're copying Pink Floyd, but I'm saying it's got that Pink Floyd tone. That's really cool.
Hold your head high in the storm. What you lost, it seems you left before. Hold on. I
like the going, hold on. It's going, but not hit really hard. It's kind of muffled a bit, so the sound is there, but it's like when you hear, you know, when you're at a disco and you're at disco, I'm so old. You know, when you're at a disco or something, and then you're outside and you hear the music inside, and it's got that muffly sound to it. It sounds like that, where they've muffled the over the, it's really cool. I know what I mean. So yeah, it's muffled the hit of the sound, so you're just getting the whoomp of the sound rather than the crack of the sound. How do I describe that any better? I don't think I can.
The galloping seas, they'll come around, hold your head high in the storm. What you lost, it seems you left before. The shyness runs away.
I love how relaxed it is and laid back. It's like they're going, right. So all their albums are in chapters. So the first album's like 1 to 13, and then that one's like 13 to 20 and 20. So this is the next chapter. But if this is the way they're going, they're getting better as they're going on. I know they're 23 years in, but they're actually really hitting their stride with this album. If this is how the album's going to go, I think they're really hitting their stride now. I just love how relaxed and it's spaced, and they're not rushing anything. They're just going, right, we're going to take you with us, and then if you follow, you follow. If you don't, you don't. But there's no real pressure. It's brilliant.
Through the sea, the screams fall upon the ocean floor. The waves collide with the fears.
That dun, dun, dun. Yet again, more music, just like emphasising the vocal lines underneath. Nice.
We survived. The sun makes it clear that we know on our own we can't be ready again.
I like that. It's very orchestral. That dong. It's really cool. It's really sort of ambient, and it's not ambient at the same time, and it's sort of taking you on a journey. Oh, it's really cool, really interesting.
Hold yourself above the storm. Keep the faith. You're getting warm again.
So now we're into another movement of it. It's almost like a little classical piece. It's sort of moving along. And now we're in a second part that's completely separate from the first. So we've got a load of energy now, and then it's different from the ambient at the start. This is really cool. It's really moving along. Their songs do that, but this is really interesting the way it's taking you on a journey.
You're on your way. Hold yourself above the storm. Keep the faith. You're getting more each day. You're on your way.
Underneath there's a lovely sort of mumble vocal. Like, I don't know if you heard it, but it's going, so it's sort of like punching up the top vocal with a mumble. Really cool. I wonder if that's the sort of like, you know, that's the person in life mumbling along with the record. That's really cool.
Hold yourself above the storm. Keep the faith. You're getting warm again.
That violin stuff there is fantastic. The way that's really pushing it. It's writing its own melody now. It's not copying the vocal, and it's really pushing it along. That's really cool. It's making you emotional now. It's bringing the emotional sort of centre to it. It's really cool. You can see this in a film where it's at the ending and they're all walking away in the sunset holding hands. They've done what they've got to do. They're walking away, and it's just that emotional punch that's needed.
Hold yourself above the storm.
That there, the female vocals, they do that quite a bit, the Polyphonic Spree, because there's a load of female vocalists in there, and they're all singing together without Tim on top. And I love it when they do that little trick. That's really nice. Interestingly, you could put a guitar solo in this part, I think, and just noodle for 2 minutes and it would still work really well. You don't need it, but you could do it. It's just amazing how it's completely different from the start of the song. It's completely somewhere brand new. And it's like the first bit never happened.
Those moments you'll find you've turned around again.
Now it's all sounding like it's wrong or falling apart. This is so interesting. It's like it's all miscorded and, you know, mistimbred a bit. This is great stuff. It's really cool. I love it. A big timpani roll at the end there. I really like that. I think that's really interesting. Like I say, they're a really interesting band in general, and the albums are really interesting. But when you get like elements like that, like I said earlier, it's like a mini concert, orchestra concert, where it was taking you through different versions of the song, and then you end up completely different from the start, which songs do. But you know what I mean? It's almost like a world apart rather than just a little bit apart. That's really great. Let me know in the comments what you think of it, if you liked it, if you didn't like it. I'd love to know your thoughts on it, if you think it's a good song or it's not your sort of thing. Either way, it's fine. Let's just discuss music. That's what this channel's all about, discussing music. Thanks for joining me, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Ta-da!